Hebrew means precedent. And we are a precedent. We're the first Federation-like community foundation in Israel. We raise funds from local residents, and through a planning and allocations process, we invest it back in our community, in other communities in Israel, and in international causes.
Well, Taqdim is basically created out of two existing models in the world. One is the community foundations that exist in most modern cities in the world, and the other is the Jewish community, the federation.
The concept of federation is one that is totally about community. It has a simple mission, not always easy to execute, but a mission of chesed, chinuch, and klal Yisrael. Following the principle that we as Jews care for all Jews everywhere because we are one mishpacha.
We are still on the learning curve. I must say that the last 2-3 months we had very special events, successful one, which in some way took us out of the high-risk part of the learning curve to the normal one, and we feel by now that we are really going ahead and successfully.
For me, Taqdim is a startup that I'm really proud to be part of. It's not every day that you can take part in changing the Israeli philanthropic scene, which is exactly what we're doing at Taqdim.
I think today at the GA we saw how Taqdim is really in the center of the Israeli philanthropic scene. I think a lot of people were amazed by what we're doing at Taqdim. And for us it's a great feedback knowing, that we are doing it, we are going in the right direction, that this startup is actually growing in right scale.
The idea here is of a precedent, both of our taking as a community and as individuals, building something new. We're not building the same federation that you may have in North America, but it's in the same idea and in the same vision. Today we have the chance to present our concept here at the GA in Jerusalem, both to Israelis as an idea, but also to the federation system, which has been our own inspiration. For people who know what a federation is, it seems obvious. You get a community, people fundraise, and you define projects where you're giving the money back to. In Israel, there was no such thing. We've built in the city of Ramat HaSharon the first community federation with everything involved, a foundation based on people.
I was happy to have two of our lay leaders step up to the plate, represent the federation, and talk to the audience of almost 400 people and explain to them how we're like the federations in the United States and Canada, but also how we're uniquely Israeli.
What we want to do in Taqdim is introduce a new reality on the domestic level. We believe that the time has come to mobilize local leadership to be responsible for raising funds in-house and determining the causes for support from the point of view of both communal and global responsibility.
We believe that the basic unit of Israeli society has to go back to the idea of communities. Today, the pioneering thing to do, the Zionist thing to do, is to reinvent the idea of communities.
I call the mayors here to see whether they can assist to establish such an activity of Taqdim in their communities.
As we want to see in the next few years, new communities stepping up and joining us. So that's why what happened here is the stepping stone on reaching that goal.